Garuda Nusantara soared after securing a crucial victory over the West Region national team. Patrick Kluivert's squad is currently in 4th position with 9 points, but their chances of qualifying directly for the World Cup are still wide open if they are able to win their next 2 matches. However, the red and white team has a realistic approach, namely targeting a minimum finish in 3rd or 4th position. In the 4th round, potential opponents have begun to emerge, most of whom come from the Arab Gulf countries. Here is the complete scenario of the Indonesian national team's journey towards the World Cup qualification. The revival of Indonesia's hopes. The Indonesian national team's chances of qualifying for the World Cup have reopened after a crucial victory over Bahrain. This victory also silenced the arrogant statements of Bahrain's main tactician. Previously, the Croatian coach had underestimated Garuda Nusantara's capabilities and even mocked PSSI's naturalization program by using Dutch terminology. "You have 300 million people, yet you bring in players from the Netherlands," said Talajic. The coach also refused to acknowledge Indonesia's strength and continued to make disparaging remarks. He claimed that Indonesia was still not a worthy opponent for the Bahrain national team. According to Talajic, the Musyiara Telic squad was the real winner, because they dominated in terms of play and statistics. "In terms of performance, we played the same as in the second half. We were a little better, but they were just lucky to score that goal, so congratulations," said the 59-year-old coach. He even boldly assumed that Indonesia would suffer 2 consecutive defeats. "We could win twice, and Indonesia could lose twice in the remaining matches. Come on, this is football," he added. This victory also proved Patrick Kluivert's promise to the Indonesian national team. Previously, the Dutch coach had vowed to bring victory to the Indonesian people. "We will chase victory in all the remaining matches. The target is to win," Kluivert stated. "If we work together with the right mindset, we can achieve great results," added the Amsterdam-born coach. Tight competition in Group C. Patrick Kluivert needs to slightly lower his expectations in the remaining 3rd-round matches, as the competition in Group C is becoming increasingly intense, with only a small points gap separating 2nd to 5th place. Various international media do not see the Indonesian national team as a team that will automatically qualify. The Guardian remains skeptical about whether Patrick Kluivert's squad can secure a direct ticket to the World Cup. A dominant victory over Indonesia gave them a 7-goal advantage. "This win has brought Australia to the brink of direct World Cup qualification," wrote the London-based media outlet. The doubts raised by The Guardian are backed by their data analysis, which shows that Indonesia's current competitors in the standings are very strong and difficult to predict. For instance, Saudi Arabia is slowly regaining momentum after a tough phase. Meanwhile, Indonesia must remain vigilant, as their lead is being closely chased with just a 3-goal margin. However, in contrast to The Guardian, the Dutch sports media International Football Primer has a different take. They are quite optimistic that the Indonesian national team has a strong chance of advancing smoothly to the 2026 World Cup. The Guardian remains skeptical about whether Patrick Kluivert's squad can secure a direct ticket to the World Cup. Similar support also came from the Iraqi media, particularly the Iraqi's IR news portal on Instagram, which boldly set high odds for Jay Idzes and his teammates to qualify for the World Cup. The Indonesian national team has significantly improved in recent years and has become a formidable force in Asian football. "Our analysis shows that Indonesia has an 80% chance of qualifying for the World Cup," wrote the 1001 Nights Nation media outlet.
Waiting for Australia to slip up in 2 games. The Indonesian national team's hopes of qualifying directly for the World Cup have not been completely dashed. However, one key condition remains. The entire nation must hope that Australia stumbles in the 3rd round. The Soccer Rush squad will face 2 intense matches in June. The Kangaroos will go up against Japan and Saudi Arabia, both of whom are strong contenders, with Saudi Arabia trailing closely in 3rd place. Fortunately, Australia has a poor record against the Blue Samurai. In fact, The Green Continent team has only managed to win 6 out of 27 encounters. Even worse, their last victory against Japan was in 2009. Since then, Australia has suffered 6 consecutive defeats against the Japanese national team. Not only against Japan, but the Kangaroos also have a poor track record when facing Saudi Arabia. Their struggles were evident in their first meeting, where Jackson Irvine and his teammates were completely dominated, managing only 42% ball possession. As a result, the Great Falcon squad secured a crucial point on Australia's home ground. Australia's difficulties in the upcoming 2 matches are further reinforced by the optimism of Hajime Moriyasu. Despite Japan having already secured qualification, the Japanese coach remains highly motivated. He is determined to lead the Blue Samurai to complete the 3rd round without a single defeat. I have always told the players to aim for victory in every match. That was also my final message to them before the game. Moriyasu stated firmly,